And welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Ghosts. And today we thought we would start off with the gift that keeps on giving. Cody and Satori, there's been a few new updates in that whole thing.
Yeah. The knocking.
The knocking, the ankles and the tendons, and oh my gosh. So the latest thing, I guess, is a channel that we actually reviewed quite some time back. I guess it wasn't that long ago. Anyway, Exploring with Josh, and we quite liked his visit to the Conjuring house. It was the very first time he and his friend went on a ghost hunt, basically.
Yeah.
And they chose the Conjuring house. Anyway, it was a good episode. And we liked it. Anyway, he apparently is not really big into doing a lot of the paranormal stuff anymore. And he doesn't really want to get involved in this whole, are they cheating, are they lying, are they not? But way back when he was doing some of this, in 2019, he had some video footage that he decided to pull out, and he was just sharing it with Mythos, and I guess to see or to show what he saw. Now, Mythos is really big to say, or really big on saying, you know, they were friends. I think friends, wasn't that what he said? So Josh and Cody and Satori were friends. So sharing this footage was really troublesome for him. Like, he didn't know if he should or not. Anyway, so he did share it. And it's older footage. And some of it is kind of interesting.
Yeah, you can really see the foot moving and the rocking back and forth.
Yeah, you really do see that.
He hadn't perfected it yet.
Yeah. And you can see him limbering himself up, getting ready to do this.
Yeah.
But it's little things like Satori saying, do you want to do it on the carpet or is it better on the floor?
Yeah, on the hardwood floor.
So, you know, she knew. It just sounds like she knew what was going on.
Exactly.
From the get-go. It wasn't faked. I mean, she wasn't an innocent in it.
Yeah.
And later on, you can here's some skepticism in Josh's voice as he's kind of asking some questions. And he actually asks them to say something very specific, you know, about his family member, and immediately they try to change. She tries to change the subject. In fact, she does changes the subject.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she absolutely is in on it right from the get-go.
Yeah.
So if there was ever any question, and I did have questions about that, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because she's Jason's daughter, and I respect Jason very much. Mm-hmm. But, oh my. Yeah. No, she was in on it.
No.
In on it right from the get-go. So it was an interesting little 20-minute video.
Yeah.
Where Mythos talks about all of this. And we'll link to it in case you're interested. But again, like I say, it's the gift that keeps on giving. There's so many more videos coming out that I haven't even looked at.
Yeah.
Of these two people debunking them, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll look at them. I'm not sure we're going to always talk about them, but I figure once a month is enough.
This one had to be talked about.
Yeah, this was...
Because it was so blatant.
It was very blatant. And even Mythos says this is, in 2019, they've had years now to perfect it. But back then, they were still learning how to schmooze people.
And they don't show him limbering up anymore.
No, of course not. No, why would you? Because why would you have to limber up if you're not...
Never show the right side.
Yeah, and that was it. It's because it's his right leg that he uses his right foot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you never see the cameras on the right side. But in this video, Josh moved around and was on that side, and he had a very clear view of that foot.
Yeah.
And that ankle, so.
And the ankle and the foot and the rocking
and you could tell they were uncomfortable with where he had moved himself.
Yeah. Because she tried to say, well, do you believe us now?
Yeah, do you need any more proof?
Yeah, proof, yeah.
Proof, yeah.
So, Satori, no.
Yeah, she was in on it from the get-go.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to doubt that anymore. Yeah. It's pretty sad. Like I said, she could have gone, like he says too, she could have gone in that other direction.
Yeah.
And followed in her father's footsteps and did quite well for herself. Yeah. Instead, she chose to go and be scam artists.
Yeah, grifters.
Grifters. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah, so that's the update there. There is some more questions about, how they know what to ask, where they get their information from. And it's a real simple thing, even Mythos says it's easy to Google. You can Google somebody's family tree.
Yeah.
Apparently they pulled out a bunch of information that Josh didn't even know about his family.
Yeah.
So they were trying to ask him questions about certain family members. He had no clue what they were talking about. And they were confused and they didn't know what to do because they didn't have anything else.
And they showed a clip with the Fear guys.
Project Fear, yeah.
Yeah. And
Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota wanted
something very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me something that only you would know.
Yeah.
He said to prove that this is real. Tell me something that only you would know, that nobody else would know. And they immediately veered away, and suddenly there's somebody else coming through to talk to Connor.
Yeah.
So they changed the subject because they didn't have anything specific that only he would know.
Well, that would be pure. Yeah.
Because
anyway.
So it was interesting because he said everything that they found you could Google and find. Yeah. There's. Who you've got coming to see you, you Google them. Google their family tree.
Yeah.
He said it took 5 seconds to Google the family tree. He knew exactly all the members of Josh's family.
Yeah.
Josh didn't know all those people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was interesting. It was, I found the most telling was actually seeing the foot movement.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't really been able to really see it well before. This was good. This was really good.
Yeah.
And the second program that we watched was a fellow, his name is CJ Faison, and he has a channel where he goes to haunted sites and stuff. Now, I did do some quick background check, and he is a former stock car driver. So he did some stock car racing. Interesting. My brother used to do that a long time ago. Yeah. And he also owns a series of haunted houses across the United States.
Yeah.
That puts my radar up right away.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking, okay, you're doing this just for clicks and likes and monetizing. But anyway, the video that we watched was called Trapped Inside the USA's Most Haunted Farm, and it's supposed to be night 1. And what was the farm called? Pocomo or something like that? I don't know. Never heard of it before. I don't believe it's the most haunted farm. I mean, the most haunted farmhouse that we know of is the Conjuring House.
Yeah.
That's a freaking haunted farmhouse. Anyway, so the very beginning, he has this little intro where he's talking, and then he goes to the video where there's another little intro where he's talking. And one of the things he says is, this is going to send chills down your spine, and you're never going to forget it. Well, as soon as I finish with this podcast, I'm going to forget it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that memorable.
No.
Not to saying that it wasn't interesting. It just wasn't
Well,
a lot of hype for anyway.
Yeah.
So in his intro, he also says that this is a horrible idea. He's going there by himself at night, and he's got this thing called the Aztec death whistle that he doesn't really know what it is, doesn't know what it was used for, but he just feels that it's going to increase the paranormal activity. I don't know why he would think that.
I don't know.
Anyway. And this is roughly about the time he says, it's a horrible idea. And then he admits to owning this particular site. Yeah. So this is one of his haunted houses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it's haunted.
Yeah. And there's a lot of clinks and bangs.
Yeah.
But, most houses have.
Especially older ones with their old furnaces or boilers or whatever they're using to heat. And they do make noises and bangs and pops and creaks, which this house doesn't disappoint in that regard.
Yeah.
Of note, we thought it was interesting. Now, we're not American, so we don't get this whole gun culture thing.
Yeah.
But he's wearing a pistol on his hip.
Yeah. And he's going to shoot himself.
One of these days, because every time he gets startled, he's reaching for his gun.
Yeah.
Like, jeez, dude. Yeah, it's frightening. I don't get that whole culture. I mean, I guess in one way, if you're out in the middle of nowhere by yourself, it's nice to be protected should something happen.
You could put the lock on the door.
Yeah, you could lock the door. That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't quite understand that, but that's obviously him, not because he's going out there on a ghost hunt. So he's all alone. He has a big camera that he moves around the house with.
Right. And there's Annabelle doll.
Oh Jesus, the Annabelle doll. He has an Annabelle doll that he talks to.
Yeah.
Now, this Annabelle doll is Annabelle from the movie. This is not a real Annabelle doll, because Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
This is not. This is the one with the white dress and the brown hair with the braids and the red lips. And this is the one from the movie.
Yeah.
This is not Annabelle. But anyway, he's got Annabelle, and he talks to her.
And he hits her.
He smacks her in the face and bangs her on the top of the head, whacks her with his flashlight. Yeah. I mean, in some ways that's kind of funny. I mean, it was kind of funny because, I mean, I don't know. That was kind of funny. But anyway, so he goes inside the kitchen, and that's where he's got the Annabelle doll to begin with.
Yeah.
And he turns on the app on his phone. It's a Spirit Talker. And, of course, it starts spitting out words. Now, it was kind of interesting the way he uses the Spirit Talker basically to guide his whole investigation. Yeah. You always hear stories of people that take a word and no matter what the word, they work it to make it fit the narrative. Yeah. And that's kind of what he does. Yeah. But it's entertaining. Yeah. It is entertaining. And he does take it literally. It tells him to move, go north, and he's turning to step to the north. Yeah. Like, it's just weird that way. Yeah. He has a coffin in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
This alone makes me think he's setting this place up to be able to rent out the place for the night for ghost hunts.
Yeah.
I do wonder about that.
Yeah, but it's got to be ghostly.
Well, he's trying to set that up.
Yeah, but
This house is not completely derelict. You can tell that he's doing some work on it. In fact, the door is brand new. You could tell. I mean, it still has the stickers on the windows, on the glass. The flooring has been all ripped up. Looks like he's going to redo the flooring.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the cabinetry. I liked the old-fashioned stove.
Yeah.
It was kind of good. It's kind of the stove that's got the little warming cupboard. Yeah, I'm opening the door in my... There's a little warming thing, which is really cool. And I don't know why they don't make those anymore. I think that would be really cool. But anyway, one of the things that happens, which is interesting, is his fire alarms go off. Just a couple of... And I wonder, I don't know if he has done it through an app or what's happened.
Yeah.
They turn on, they ring for a little bit, and then they turn off.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what's going on. Then he says his mother has texted him to ask him if he's okay. Why would you do that just out of the blue?
Out of the blue.
Yeah. Unless it was, do you want me to turn on the alarms now?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought of that. He freaks himself out repeatedly over little things. Like he goes into the dining room, which is kind of like a sunroom. All the windows, like all the walls are like these big windows. And he's talking about how he feels very watched because they've got the lights on inside and it's dark outside. He thinks, he can't see anything. So, but at one point he sees his reflection and freaks out. He's screaming, oh my gosh. And I thought that was really funny. Yeah. And then there is something else as he's sitting in the dining room, some noise.
Yeah.
And he jumps up, he screams, throws the Annabelle doll across the room.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. And then later on he checks to see if he's peed himself because he thinks he's peed himself. And that was so funny. And then the video ended. He ended it rather abruptly. And he didn't even say why. I just said, all this activity was going on. And
there's nothing going on.
No, not really. No. He said he was getting the best communication he's ever gotten. I don't see that either. Yeah. I see a spirit talker app spitting out words that he's trying to make relevant.
Yeah.
So, I just don't know. It was, you know what? It was entertaining.
Comic relief.
It was entertaining. I can't say that I'm going to run out and watch more. If it were to come across my timeline, I might watch some. But for a serious ghost investigation or a paranormal investigation, this isn't it.
No.
Absolutely isn't it. No. But for entertainment, yeah. You can watch a guy pee himself because he's scaring himself.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. So there we have it. There's our episode for today.
Yes.
Interesting. So CJ, we will link to that below. I know he's got quite a big following, and we're probably going to get some hate mail over this one.
Yeah, but
you gotta. We give you our honest opinions, and that's our honest opinion on this one. Yeah. I don't know if his other videos are better, but I just get the feeling he's trying to set up to have some big ghost hunting empire where he can rent out his houses. Yeah. That's the impression I get. Didn't feel like this place was haunted.
No.
It's old.
Yeah,
it's empty. There's nobody there. Yeah. He had some clothes on the floor in one spot. He mentioned it, but he didn't pick them up or anything. This makes you wonder if, Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we could pick it apart some more if we really wanted to, but I don't really want to. No. It was interesting. And it was entertaining. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we've got for you today. By all means, drop us a message if there's anything you'd like us to check out for you.
We'd be happy to watch anything that...
Well, not anything, but within reason. Yeah. But yes, absolutely. If you've got something you need an opinion on, or would just like to hear our opinion, our unvarnished opinion, by all means, send us a message either through Twitter or an email or through Spotify on our page on Spotify. Lots of places to get in touch with us if you want to. Thanks very much. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in this big wide world.
Happy hunting.
Happy haunting. Bye now.